There comes a moment in every person's life when the fog must clear, when silence speaks louder than the noise, when your soul whispers what you've been running from all along. You are not here to drift. You are here to dominate. Yet, look around. Look at the lives being lived in quiet desperation. Look at the days traded for distractions, the goals buried beneath convenience, the dreams suffocated under comfort. We were not born to scroll endlessly, to chase shallow pleasures, to repeat the same tired routines, calling it life. No, we were born with fire. But somewhere along the line, that fire was replaced by fear. And fear, when left unchecked, becomes normal. You begin to normalize drifting. You begin to normalize indecision, confusion, delay. You accept aimlessness as maturity. You stop asking who you were born to be and start surviving as who others expect you to become. But deep down, you know the truth. You weren't made to float with the current. You were built to swim against it. You weren't made to blend in. You were designed to rise. And that rise begins the moment you choose, the moment you stop waiting, the moment you declare, this is where I plant my flag. This is where I stop drifting. This is where I pick a purpose and burn for it. Because drifting is not passive. Drifting is a slow death of potential. It steals your energy, your time, your identity. It makes you a spectator in your own life, clapping for others while you forget your own name. A man without purpose is not free. He is a leaf in the wind, moved by forces he doesn't understand, living on autopilot, hoping for a miracle, dreading the mirror. You were not built for that. You were built for aim, for direction, for precision, to wake up and know why your feet hit the floor, to look in the mirror and see a man or woman on a mission, eyes fierce, jaw set, soul ablaze. That's what it means to live with purpose. That's what it means to burn. And make no mistake, purpose is not something you stumble upon like loose change. Purpose is something you decide. It is a war cry. It is a line drawn in the sand. It is a declaration to yourself and to the world. I will not waste this life, because no one is coming to assign it to you. No one is going to hand you your calling wrapped in a pretty box. This world is full of noise, of distraction, of 1,000 empty roads, and you must choose one with fire in your chest and thunder in your veins. You must say, this is it. This is what I stand for. This is what I build, suffer, sacrifice, and live for. And then you burn. You burn with obsession. You burn with discipline. You burn with the kind of fire that scares people who never dared to ignite their own. Because purpose is not polite. It's not gentle. It's not comfortable. Purpose is ruthless. Purpose is primal. Purpose does not wait. You can't fake it. You can't borrow it. You must forge it in solitude, in silence, in the furnace of your own honesty. Ask yourself right now, what am I doing this for? Who am I becoming? What do I stand for when no one is watching? And if you don't have an answer, stop everything. Because until you know why, your how will be weak. Until your purpose is clear, your motion is scattered. And until you burn, you will drift. Drifting doesn't mean doing nothing. Drifting means doing everything except the thing that matters. It means being busy, exhausted, overwhelmed, and still empty. It means moving fast with no direction. It means waking up with no clarity, no hunger, no fight. It means surviving instead of leading, reacting instead of creating. And it ends the moment you decide to stop. Because that decision, that singular decision, is the one that divides your life into two eras. Before purpose and after. Before purpose, your days are cloudy. You seek approval. You chase feelings. You confuse motion for meaning. After purpose, your life becomes clean, focused, violent with conviction. Because purpose cleanses everything it touches. It filters your decisions. It kills distractions. It silences the noise. It makes yes and no crystal clear. You no longer ask, what do I feel like doing? You ask, what moves me toward the mission? You no longer wake up hoping for motivation. You wake up fueled by meaning. Purpose becomes your alarm clock. Discipline becomes your comfort. Suffering becomes sacred because it's yours now. It's proof that you're alive, building, growing, bleeding for something that actually matters. And make no mistake, drifting feels safer. Drifting doesn't challenge your identity. Drifting lets you blame your past, your parents, your environment, your timing. Drifting says, someday. But purpose says, today. Purpose demands ownership. Purpose demands courage. Purpose demands the death of your excuses and the birth of your future. This world will try to talk you out of it. They'll say you're too intense. They'll say it's unrealistic. They'll say, take it easy. But the truth is, they're scared of the reflection you hold up to their wasted potential. Because the moment you decide, you become a mirror to the uncommitted. And that's the price. Purpose will isolate you, but it will also forge you. It will strip away the shallow and make room for the sacred. It will burn away your laziness and expose your greatness. It will leave you breathless, broken, and reborn, because nothing about purpose is easy, but everything about it is worth it. And so, if you're drifting, if your soul is tired of circling, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. This is the moment. This is the fire. This is the line in the sand. Stop drifting, pick a purpose, and burn. Now that you've chosen your purpose, understand this. The fire alone is not enough. Fire without form is chaos. Desire without discipline is delusion. You can have the spark, but without structure. It dies before it builds. That's where most people fall. They get inspired, but they don't get organized. They feel the urge, but they don't design the path. They scream, I want to change my life, but their calendar looks the same. They whisper dreams into the night, but wake up with no plan, no order, no direction. And life punishes disorder. So once you've declared your purpose, you must build the system to protect it. Because this world isn't just full of distractions, it's built on them. Your phone is built to hijack your focus. Your habits are built to preserve your comfort. The people around you, many of them are built to keep you small. Not because they're evil, but because they're drifting too. And the moment you stop drifting, you threaten their illusion of safety. That's why your purpose must be fortified by discipline. Discipline is the bridge between the man you are and the one you were born to become. It is not punishment. It is protection. It is how you defend your vision against the war of mediocrity. Discipline says, I do it not because I feel like it, but because I decided to. Discipline says, I will not answer to weakness. I will not be enslaved by impulse. Discipline says, this life is mine, and I will shape it by force if I must. Every great builder knows this truth. Discipline is the cost of greatness. It's not optional. It's not romantic. It's not flashy. It's boring. It's brutal. It's quiet. But it's the only way. You don't become unbreakable by chasing comfort. You become unbreakable by keeping promises to yourself even when no one is watching, even when it's raining, even when your soul is tired and your muscles ache. That's when greatness is forged. And if you think motivation is enough, you've already lost. Motivation is the spark. Discipline is the engine. Without it, you will stall the moment life gets heavy, and it always gets heavy. The most dangerous man is not the one who starts strong. It's the one who finishes every single time. The one who grinds when it's invisible. Who trains when it's quiet. Who works when it's not sexy. That's the man you fear. Because he doesn't need the spotlight. He is the spotlight. And his light was built in the dark through discipline. So ask yourself, what do I need to do daily to keep my fire alive? What habits? What rituals? What must become non-negotiable? And once you answer, you cement them in your life like laws, because your system must match the size of your dream. You can't build an empire with the routines of a drifter. You can't have the results of the disciplined with the habits of the lazy. The man who plans his hours wins his years. The woman who masters her minutes commands her destiny. That's not theory. That's mathematics. Because time is your most brutal enemy or your most loyal ally. It depends on how you wield it. Every wasted second is a crack in your future. Every impulsive choice is a thief stealing from the life you could have built. But every disciplined act is a deposit, a vote for the future you want, a declaration that you are not just hoping, you are building. And building takes action. Massive, immediate, uncomfortable action. You see, clarity is not found in stillness. Clarity is forged in motion. Stop asking for more motivation. Start moving, because motion creates momentum. And momentum is a weapon the average man will never hold. It cuts through fear. It shatters doubt. It drowns hesitation. Because when you're moving, your brain doesn't have time to negotiate. It doesn't have time to invent new excuses. It simply obeys. And obedience to purpose is where transformation lives. But beware, this is where the weak turn back. They start strong. They post about it. They tell everyone. But when action hurts, and it always does, they crumble. You must train yourself to act in pain. You must rewire your mind to see discomfort as a sign that you're growing. You must remind yourself daily, this is what it takes. Not once, not twice, every damn day.